So, welcome back, guys, to our Fan Art Friday. The last Fan Art Friday of the year, actually. This is Fan Art Friday for December of 2021.
That's right.
And it's going to be the last Fan Art Friday of 2021. And this has been a fun little thing that we've been doing. And unfortunately, we've been pretty good about it. Consistent every month except for November. We missed November because we were traveling. So this is going to be...
There was a lot going on in November.
Yes, we were very busy in November.
It was no Fan Art Friday November.
It was, yes, no Fan Art Friday November. But we went through all of the pieces that we liked from both, that were submitted in both November and December, and a little bit before then too. And now we're going to put together a showcase of the pieces that we liked from both November and December. We have a lot of good ones.
This is Fan Art Friday November now.
And we're going to start with some Maza region stuff, which try to break it into like categories this time. So I'm going to start with Maza region stuff because that's always a lot of fun and I love to see the creativity that people have. And we're going to start with this one from the user Waffler, which is a very cute name. And this person actually submitted a couple of different pieces like this, where they're sort of like animation sheets with different like key animations for different Pokemon in the Maza region.
This one in particular seems to have a lot of poses that would be helpful in like Pokemon camp.
Yeah,
if you wanted to play with your little Gibalbat.
Yeah, there's, idle playing or eating or something like that, just to give you a little bit more depth to the character that you can't see in just the default artwork that I made. And I really like especially the idle pose where its eyes are lighting up and then it just shuts down and its arms sling down and it's just the eyes are blank.
It's very cute in like a Kirby-ish way like that, especially with those two little I guess jawline spikes.
Yeah.
They look like little feet.
It is kind of Kirby-ish, isn't it? When you look at this one all the way on the left here, with the eyes lit up with the chains not extended, it's like, oh, that's kind of cute. And then it like opens its mouth or it shoots the chains out. It's like, okay, yeah, no, this is kind of terrifying.
Well,
it's swinging blades at me.
The other thing I'm really appreciating about this is of all the Maza region Pokemon, I would say that Gibalbat is one of the less cute ones on its own. It's very mechanical and it's like an automaton.
Yeah.
But this makes it very endearing again. And I mean, I like my Pokemon cute.
Yeah.
Especially the scared one. I just want to give it a little tap on the head.
Just be careful. Don't hug it though.
Thumbs up.
Too
okay,
sharp
buddy.
to hug.
From a distance. Words of encouragement.
Yeah, I mean that's the key to a good Pokemon design is that it has a range of personalities to it. Like it might look scary, but if you spend some time with it, you're like, oh, I like it. And the other thing I really like about this is there's a little like box up here in the upper right, upper left-hand corner where it shows how to find Gibalbat, where it kind of gives you...
Step 1, get an Oddish that's very unsure about the situation.
I really like the Oddish just sort of next to the trainer here as the trainer opens up a treasure chest, presumably in some temple in the jungle.
It's like a mimic situation.
Yeah. I like that idea of Gibalbat being like, because I was designing Gibalbat around like a kind of like treasure idol that you would discover in a cursed tomb or something, and it's like, ooh, is this treasure or is it going to try to kill me? Or will it be my best friend? Give it some curry.
You don't make
Pokemon.
like tamales?
Oh, tamales. Oh, that would be cute. You can do different fillings and different... Yeah, that would be cute too. But anyway, this is very cute. And this user did a couple of other ones for a couple of other different Pokemons. We only picked one. But if you go check out the Discord, look at Waffler's submissions in the Fan Art Friday channel. And there's some really cute ones too. So thank you so much for this design. Okay, this one came to us from the user Anroko Draws, who submits a lot of fan art, actually. But I had to pick this one because I absolutely love these drawings of the Tachupi line. And these really are a fan favorite. We see Lupacabra quite a bit in our fan art, but especially now since I did the redesigns for their looks. I've been seeing a lot more of the fan art too, and I just love the characterization in these sketches.
I think this is my favorite depiction of Tachupi I've ever seen. Like, Jack, you could take some lessons here.
It is really cute, and I love how it's just like a perfect caricature of not just a Pokemon, but
a chihuahua.
Yeah, just chihuahuas in general. This is a great
like
depiction of him.
One brain cell, and it's all focused on fury.
It's just anger. Yeah, I absolutely love it. I love how Zolapine is given a little like OK symbol with its hand tail. I love how Lupacabra looks like it's ready, but it doesn't really know what it's ready for. It's just like, let's go. What are we doing? I'm gonna do it. And it's great because they do have distinct personalities in each of the evolutions, and I feel like this sums it up pretty well. Like Zolapine's got this sort of like knowing but sinister, mischievous look on its face.
He's like snickering as his plans come to fruition.
Yeah. I like to think that Apoctober would be a great Pokemon for Ash to have in the anime, where it's like really goofy and it gets into trouble, but it's like very loyal and you know, committed and determined. And then Tachupi is just head empty.
Tachupi is
no
just
thought.
like always biting James.
yes, that's another good one for James. Yeah, I mean, it's funny, and I think I say this every time someone does fan art of this line, but like they weren't my favorite Pokemon that I designed for the region, but like the more fan art people make of them, the more I like them. Like I like them more when other people draw them, I think, because it gives that level of characterization that I can't really achieve in my artwork.
Yeah, the characterization is so strong and it reduces the designs in a way that's perfectly effective for something like an animated promotional short.
Yeah.
I would love to see the misadventures of the Tachupi family.
Yeah, it would be really great. So really cute, really great job. I also love, you know, it's nice and clean too. The format is nice. You know, that's my favorite thing, is just putting geometry behind your illustrations. Very nice format. Good all around.
Good.
I love it. Good. Thank you so much, Anroko Draws. Hope to see more from you. This one came from the user Fluff on our Discord channel, and I picked this one for a similar reason as the last one, where we have some great characterization of my Pokemon Comadam that is in a style very unlike the Pokemon style, very unlike the way I draw, and I just love to see the Pokemon depicted in this way. And then, of course, also we have maybe a trainer, or maybe just a human form of Comadam, maybe sort of like the Pokemon armors that I used to do.
So I was picturing like this is the Pokemon contest champion in the Maza region.
Okay.
It's got that extra razzle dazzle.
The Altaria lady from Oros.
Yeah,
I can see that, and it makes sense with Comadam because Comadam likes to be pretty and be praised and be prized. So that makes sense that this trainer would have a Comadam as their partner. But it's so cute. I love this because, like I said, it has that characterization, it has that uniqueness to the design. And Comadam, I designed it to be a little bit more abstract, so it really lends itself to this kind of stylization. And I love the adaptation of the design of the Pokemon into a human character, because it works so well. The Pokemon has a lot of human attributes already.
I really like that it's not just a translation. Like, there's unique motifs that tie into the design of the Pokemon, like that eye with the diamonds and the extra hairpiece and the fan. I think it's all a clever symmetrical design without being a translation.
Yeah, and I like too how it has a Mexican theme to it. You know, you've got kind of this like flamenco frills in the actual dress there, and you know, it's got that life, that excitement. You know, you feel like you're at a party. It feels like, you know, it's an exclusive event. You know, this person is obviously, you know, very elegant, but also not like entirely snooty. There's like a little bit of fun, and
she looks very excited.
Yeah, she looks like she's like, she wants to dance, but you know she's going to be way better at dancing than you are. And
she won't make you feel bad about it.
No.
Her Pokemon will.
Yeah, the Comadam is judging you. Comadam is sitting there like, no. Darling, no. Yeah, I love it. It's fantastic. It's cute. I love the style. And again, very nice formatting, simple geometric shapes. Sometimes that's all you need, but it's thoughtfully done, you know, just a nice purple shape. The little sparkles there, just to give you a hint of the shine and the
if you want compliments from Jack, put a circle behind your characters.
I'm trying to move away from that, but I do like that. But this is great. So thank you very much, Fluff, and keep up the good work.
Yeah, very fun. Thank you.
So this one, I would say this is one of the most elaborate fan art pieces that we've received in a while. We have a whole scene from a Maza region town.
These colorful flags that have stylized Pokemon faces are so cute and so thoughtful. It's like the icing on the cake that is this full illustration.
Well, there are a lot of their Pokemon hidden everywhere. Do you see the Melumews up on top of the clock tower?
And there's a Litwick
in the lamp, and you know, have a little I forgot what I called this one. Oh my god, I can't remember the name of my own Pokemon. But the corn guy, Zusk. It's a stupid name. I have to change this Pokemon. But you have little Zusk in the pot over here. And this is another Pokemon where I didn't really love it when I made it, but putting it in this scene makes it a lot cuter. It's actually a shiny Zusk, which is even cooler. There's a little shiny hidden in there. And it just makes it look so cute. It's sleeping in the little pottery. It's such a great scene. You have a trainer, maybe a concept for the player trainer, walking out of the building here with their little Malokata. Maybe that's their starter. They're starting on their adventure. It's great. I mean, everything about this is very well done. Perspective and architecture are two things that are very difficult for me as an artist, and they're done so well here.
This would make a great print. Also, just an excellent study in architecture and how to build an effective background and foreground, and how to have a lot of elements in a piece while still directing the viewer's eye. Really nice work.
It's one of those things that you take for granted when you look at a piece like this, where you're like, okay, yeah, I can see all of these characters. I can get all of the little fun details. But it's a hard thing to do, to have this many elements in a piece and still be able to distinguish everything that's going on. And like I was saying, with like my solution to these things is usually just one simple geometric shape, but these are so many complicated geometric shapes all tied together to create atmosphere, to create setting, to create context, to create a narrative, and it's done very, very well. So this is fantastic.
Yeah, really great work. I love this one.
Oh, this one came to us from the user Gonzalo. We didn't say that at the beginning, but this was from the user Gonzalo, and it's amazing. Really, really great work. So this one came to us from the user Michael Christian, or Miguel Christian. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And this was some fan art. We're moving away from the Maza region a little bit here. This was some fan art from when we did theorized Hissuian forms for the final evolutions of the starters in Pokemon Legends Arceus. And this is a really nice painting of our Hissuian Typhlosion. And it's a nice painting.
I like that it's such an intimate, over-the-shoulder shot. There's an emphasis on texture and color and setting a mood without really having a full environment.
Yeah, we don't see a lot of fan art like this where it's cropped in such a zoomed-in way, you know, not a ton of negative space. You don't really need any elements in the background because the main focus of the piece takes up so much of the canvas. But it's done very well too, because again, you can still move your eye towards the focus of the piece, which would be the face of the Pokemon, and you have that sort of cute, like relaxed looking face that we liked on our Typhlosion. And the other cool thing that we have here is a lot of very well implied textures that are done without a lot of brushwork. You know, you can see that they have just sort of like simple brush strokes.
This definitely seems like a texture study.
Yeah. Because you can see very clearly you have like the big furry clumpy fur on the back.
The furry clumpy fur.
And then you have sort of the smoother hair on the head of the Pokemon. And then you have the fire, and then you have the wood. There are a lot of textures involved here, and they all translate very, very well.
On top of being a texture study, I do think it's also, this person took a lot of care to think about how this particular color of light would affect the objects around it. Like the whole piece is framed by these twin flames.
Yep.
And they're looking at creating cool shades in the shadow of the wood and the fur, and trying to have these really bright light shades on the face that is closest to the fire. So it's just a really great way to study these principles.
Yeah. That's actually a part, you know, one of my favorite moments in this piece is the cool, like it's a pretty saturated blue compared to the rest of the colors in this piece. You know, on the wood there to indicate some value, and I like it. You know, it's not so saturated that it distracts your eye, but it does give that really nice sense of depth and darkness and light, and it looks great. Yeah,
thank you, Mikhail.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mikhail.
So Benito is sort of a frequent flyer.
Yeah, we get a lot of...
A Fan Art Friday frequent flyer.
Awesome pixel artist, Benito. We get a lot of cool... One time we got an animation, pixel art animation from Benito.
So this is sort of the same family of Pokemon work as the last piece. It's our Hissuian alternate starters, but pixelized.
Yeah.
And these are so cute. It's in like a Gen 2 style.
Yeah, it's not just pixel
Game
art.
Boy Color.
It's like Game Boy Color, like gold and silver sprites, which is especially cute with Typhlosion because that's the game that it originates from. But this is such a cool...
I think Decidueye is really speaking to me.
Yeah, I love this choice of medium because you have to make such deliberate choices for conveying information when your medium is this limited, because you don't have the luxury of adding in subtle values or a bunch of different colors. Like the limited palettes is a huge thing. Like each of these Pokemon is only using 2 colors, and then either black and white. which is tough. Like, that seems like, you know, it's not that big of a deal, but in order to convey everything that is in these pretty complicated designs that we've made with only 2 colors and, you know, however many pixels wide these canvases are.
You have to be very thoughtful about how you reduce information without actually losing any of it.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, obviously, I think pieces like this appeal to the nostalgia in people our age. And
Gold and Silver are my favorite games still, the originals, so I really love these.
Looking at them this way, again, kind of makes them more charming in a way. Maybe not more charming, but charming in a very different way. It just adds a new layer of personality to the designs. Yeah, so this is very cool. I also love, too, how you use almost cross-hatching, essentially, with the black pixels on, like, Samurot's, like, pants, if you will, are a slightly darker color than the rest of its body. So, like, to distinguish that, they did, like, cross-pixel hatching. I don't know if there's a term for that when you're working with pixels. It's very cool. Mm-hmm. Really great work. Thank you so much. I love this stuff. I hope we can see more from you, Benito. Always cool to see your work. I'm sure we will. Okay, so speaking of Tachupi, we have another little unconventional fan art, something we don't often see. Sometimes we do get to see it, but real-world 3D artwork done with tangible medium, like, in this case, fabric. So we have, from the user, Pug Eye Left, appropriate name. Yep. We have a Tachupi plush. Which is awesome because people have been asking for like plushes for a couple different Pokemon in the Maza region. And I don't know, maybe we can commission Pug Eye Left to mass produce these for us. But it's really well made.
And it's so cute. It's making me feel bad for dunking on Tachupi earlier.
Well, Tachupi, you know,
I'm looking.
It's really cute and it's very impressive. I mean, this is. You know, as far as stuffed animals go, maybe it's not the most complicated thing in the world, but making stuffed animals with all of these dimensions in it, you know, you have a head, you have ears, you have legs, a little collar, eyebrows, eyes, a nose, a mouth. I mean, this is all very complicated. I remember I've only ever...
It's also hand-stitched, which is a really nice homey touch.
I mean, that's pretty impressive. This is, again, like when I see an art form that is not something I have ever done, and I have no idea how I'd even go about starting to do this. I'm just so impressed because this is beyond me.
It's taking me back to when I was probably in 4th grade. I'm not sure. I had a Webkinz and my mom was just teaching me how to sew and crochet. And I would try to make little clothes and make little scarves for my Webkinz. And it's just such a sweet and sincere labor of love to hand sew anything.
Yeah.
It's very endearing.
I love it. It reminds me of when I was in middle school, we had to stitch a stuffed animal. And we had to start from like templates, and everyone just made like basically 2-dimensional things where it was just like you just stitch one piece of fabric to another piece of fabric and then fill it with stuffing.
Yeah, well, I loved making pillows for my Webkinz because it was
basically like a pillow shaped like a pig or something, and it was like that in itself was hard. And I was trying to imagine like how would I make this 3-dimensional and have it have legs come off of it, and
yeah, that's a whole other skill set.
And like this is like. It's impressive. It honestly is just very impressive, and it's cool to see Tachupi in a 3D and sort of simplified sense like this.
I like that they didn't just copy the concept art that we put out there. They did stylize it so it would fit the concept of a plush better.
But yeah, it's adorable. And I love it.
Yeah, I really like it too.
I love
Great
the
work.
heart.
I like that Joker.
I was gonna say I love Joker right behind.
Like hovering.
And you
as an angel of
this
death.
is really the desk of an artist. You see their tablet pen back there, and you have the Joker, maybe something else that they stitched
Mario
behind
Sunshine.
there. Pretty sweet. Sick gamer setup. I think there's a Ridley amiibo back there too. All right, thank you very much, Pug Eye Left. Love it. Okay, so now we're going to go back, all the way back to Apoctober. We have some fan art here from VRot Exists. They have an Instagram under that username. And this is a really nice painting of the character Bonnie, my character Bonnie from the Apoctober story. And it sort of gives a little context to the part of the narrative where Bonnie is actually writing in Celeste's journal. And we have some great characterization, some great mood, some great setting, great atmosphere in this piece.
Even the rendering is very thematic to the subject matter, which I always appreciate.
Yeah, this is a great painting. I'm looking for it right now because Arcane is still fresh in my mind. But that to me really stood out, the light around the eye when I was watching Arcane. So I'm seeing that in this face, and I love that. I love that kind of rendering in the face. The other thing
so the reason that was such a powerful recurring motif in Arcane is because multiple times across the show, this is a very minor spoiler, I guess, but eyes would change color as emotional evolution would happen for all the characters.
Just like me when I get mad. My eyes turn red.
They start glowing.
Yeah,
they turn bright pink.
There's a flash of pink.
Anyway, but like at certain moments that were important to the story, the character's eyes would change color. So having all of that contrast right there, I mean, normally you want contrast on the eyes, but Arcane went hard with the under eye shadows and eye makeup. There was a lot of contrast so that the viewer wouldn't miss it.
And it's important here too, because
yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, because Bonnie's eye is the least human part of their human form, and that sort of attention to that focal point of the eye. Because looking at this, you can just say, oh, this is just a person writing in their book, but then you draw to the eye, which is the most saturated part of the piece and the highest contrast with that dark eyeshadow. And you're like, okay, wait a minute, who is this person?
I just love the movement throughout the whole piece. Like, there isn't a single part that's just a perfect straight line.
Yeah.
Like, you have this billowy treatment of the pages in this journal, and of course Bonnie's hair is like wild and almost Renaissance-esque in the way it's rendered in such a soft and billowy way.
Yeah.
The fabric of the clothes is overwrought to the point of also just being so Baroque and dramatic, and like the angles in the background, none of them are straight. They all move around in this really lovely vortex of poignant space.
And I love how dreamlike it is. Nothing is there's not a lot of contrast in this piece overall. Like, you have good contrast between the foreground and the background, so the character and the main focus of the piece stands forward. But like, once you sort of fade away into the background or the foreground, everything gets kind of gray and misty and dreamlike. And that's really how I imagine the world of Apoctober. Everything is sort of hard to understand, and that can be very easily conveyed with just lack of focus, lack of contrast, lack of detail. But even still, there is a lot of information. You have the study behind Bonnie there, where you have the big bookshelf and the globe and everything back there. You have the desk laid out. I love the flowers and everything. And then out the window, you get the scope of Providence. You see Providence in the 1920s, and it's got that strange, almost gothic feel to it. And I love it. I mean, this is just this is one of my favorite pieces of fan art. I mean, I love when people do my characters. This was just so well done.
Yeah, you can see how much labor and care went into this rendering and the thoughtfulness with which it was composed. It's just so nice. It's so perfect for the setting and for this character.
Yeah, I really love it. And the other thing I love too is that they really managed to capture how androgynous Bonnie's design is too. Like, that's like an important thing with Bonnie's design, is they're not supposed to look male or female. They're somewhere in between, and that's captured very well here too.
By making the shape so billowy, they also managed to keep it androgynous without looking like Maximilian Pegasus, which is
a problem that I have
slightly.
It's
been an obstacle in the past, I'd say.
Yeah. So very great job. Thank you so much. I don't think we've seen any art from V-Rod Exists yet. I don't recognize the name, but I would love to see more, because this is fantastic.
Yeah, me too.
Really great work. All right, so that means the last thing we're going to look at, or listen to rather, is some more music. And this was given to us by Jesse, who we have seen artwork from before. We're going to play a little sample of the music for you, and then we're going to put up the music with this background. And the artwork was done by a different artist. The artwork that you see in the background was done by an artist named Gary Roberts Picardo. And you can check them out on their art station. They do a lot of 3D landscapes. And this artist Jesse used this as the background because it kind of looks like the same sort of fantasy Maza region town that we've seen in some of the other pieces that we've done so far. So we'll take a little listen to the music. So I love this. It's calm. It's got this sort of
hopeful.
Hopeful. That's the word I'm looking for. Yeah. It's got this sort of like tempered energy to it, where it's like we're not quite on the adventure yet. We're still in the safe start from home because we're thinking that the ghost city is going to be either the starting town or the first town that you travel to, where you meet your rival.
It's not really epic yet, but it's twinkling with the excitement of what the adventure could be.
Yeah.
And I think that's so perfect for the first town. And they're taking into consideration the setting. I really like the folksy inclusion of like the snapping and clapping. I think that's a great backdrop.
Yeah, it's very atmospheric. And it does have that Pokemon feel to it, where it's a little magical, but it's not like fantasy magic per se. It's more like the magic of potential, the magic of, exploration and adventure. And it does have that kind of classic, like nostalgic feel almost too, where it feels like this is home. This is where you're starting. This is where your journey begins.
Yeah, it is very nostalgic.
Yeah, I love it. I love to hear music. This is another piece, another medium of art that is beyond me. But I always love to hear it, and it's an exciting fourth dimension. So thank you guys all so much.
Thank you.
Really, really great work for the past 2 months. It's been fun doing this with you all year. We're going to start up again in January, our first Fan Art Friday of 2022.
Hopefully no more merged months like December.
We'll try to stay regimented each month. Because we're actually recording this like in the middle of December, because we're going to be traveling again by the end of December. So once again, too, if you like want to submit stuff, but you didn't get it in this video, just keep submitting it, and we will try to include as much as we can in the next one, and we'll make sure that we get it done at the end of every month. So thanks again, guys. Enjoy your holidays, and we'll see you next year, I guess.
Yeah. Have a great end of year.
Bye, guys.
Bye.